Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So yeah, yesterday, great video from Mary out there in beautiful Alabama, and great testimony from her. Great YouTube video. And I wanted to clarify something that I noticed when she was talking about the trolls getting to her, because yeah, she's getting a definite hazing into the troll world. Okay, no matter how much you take Jilly juice, you won't die from it. Not only it's a probiotic, but like anything, you take too much of anything, the body's natural defenses are going to throw it up, or you'll poop it out, one of the two. Okay. You know when anything is too much, when you eat too much food, when you drink too much water, when you, eat too much food, drink too much water, the body will go to its natural defenses. So there is no amount of Jilly juice that is going to kill anybody, harm anybody, anything. So one of the things yesterday I wanted to make sure that is clarified is that when Mary was getting emails or private messages from trolls saying that people have died on this, people have not died on the Jilly juice. Even that hospice patient didn't die on the Jilly juice. He died from cancer, disease, and chronic illness, from pancreatic cancer. He died from an overwhelming amount of antibodies that his body was not able to purge out because he didn't take enough of the Jilly juice. Okay, why you die is because you have an overaccumulation of antibodies and you have such damage to your vital organs from your lifestyle that if you're not taking enough of the Jilly juice, you're not going to repair the damage. So nobody dies on Jilly juice. It doesn't matter how much you take. Because she was saying, well, I don't know how much, when someone said someone died on it, no one's died on Jilly juice. Because if that were the case, I'd be in jail. I would have been told to cease and desist any marketing. I would have been told to stop it, like they've done to Dr. Sebi, what they've done to all the different cult herbal gurus out there that they have had injunctions against because they are practicing medicine without a license, practicing the antibiotic medicine without a license. Okay, so nobody dies from Jilly juice. It doesn't matter how much you take. So when people are saying that, oh, someone died, it's not about how much they've taken. It's the fact that they're actually lying. Nobody has died on Jilly juice at all whatsoever. Nobody has died from Jilly juice. Okay? Because anyone that's died out there, and this is for Mary, so she understands how this works. People who die is because of the overaccumulation of antibodies. I should tag her in this, so she understands. Let me see. Oh, I'm going to invite. All right, well, I'm not right now. All right, I'll tag her in this later. But what people die from is they die from the amount of antibodies that they have harbored in their body that have not released and repair the damage. Because it's not just releasing the antibodies, okay? The detoxes and the saltwater flushes and all the different liver flushes are only half the battle. When you're doing a detox, when you're doing a saltwater flush, when you're doing any kind of flushes, that may get rid of the toxins or the excess antibodies, but it doesn't repair the damage. And that is the difference. That's why those that are promoting detoxes and flushes shouldn't be promoting that, because some people can't afford to energize their immune system if they're not giving their body what it needs. So simply doing a detox, simply doing a saltwater flush is not even half the battle. It's like half-assing a healing process that actually some people who are that far gone with already sustained damage can't afford that immune energizing type of detox. And what happens is the body then goes into action and steals from the hair, the skin, the nails, and then try to fix the vital organs. And if there isn't enough in the hair, skin, and nails to fix the vital organs, they've energized the immune system with nothing to back it up. Those detoxes and those antibiotics would actually kill a person. So it's like, so Mary and anyone else that gets any kind of propaganda from someone saying that this person died, that person died, oh my God, that guy Bruce Wilmot died from the Jilly Juice. No, he died from his prescription drugs, along with his lifestyle, along with the fact that he never ever fixed the damage. He got on the Jilly Juice too late. He couldn't handle the healing process. He stopped. And he turned to like fruit juices and other things, which inherently are not bad. But when you have cancer and you have imbalances in your microbiome, drinking fruit juice, that sugar, which isn't bad inherently, but when you have an imbalance in your fungus, the fungus feeds off of excess sugar. Fungus feeds off of heavy metals. So when you're taking heavy metals, like in your prescription drugs or minerals, and you're taking what else? Cannabis and antibiotic, that will work against you, because antibiotic is anti-life. If you're in hospice and you're taking antibiotics and prescription drugs and cannabis, that's going to work against you. If he was to only do the Jilly Juice, he would have had a half a chance, but he would have had to have the support system. He would have had to have people in his world to watch and give him the moral support, to tell him to balance out with water, eat the food, drink the J juice, whatever. And at that time, he was a vegan vegetarian anyways, and he couldn't get a lot of food down. And you'd think that him drinking the fruit juice would be great while he's doing the J juice, but you know, he was already that far gone. So that's kind of the issue, is some people are that far gone that it won't matter what they do, whether it's the Jilly Juice, whether it's pineapple juice, whether it's a prescription drug, whether it's cannabis, it's already done with. And so if there was anything that was poisonous, it would have already been pointed out by the Ohio Attorney General, because that's why they asked whether it's a probiotic. This is coffee, by the way. Probiotics are pro-life, okay? Doesn't matter what kind of probiotic it is, it's pro-life. However, when you pair probiotics with sugar, with vinegar, then it becomes a massive form of, it could be an antigen, an antibiotic in a lot of ways, because it'll work against the body. It'll flood the system with so much of a good thing that it actually feeds one of the entities in the microbiome. So Candida, which is yeast overfed, you need yeast, but with Candida, that actually feeds off of heavy metals and sugars. So when you're taking a probiotic that is riddled with sugars and vinegars, okay, then it becomes an antibiotic. I mean, it's not really antibiotic, but it will have an antibiotic quality to it, because then now you're overfeeding the yeast, which then turns into Candida, which then will create antibodies and create anomalies and imbalances that create antibodies and autoimmunity and all these different types of diagnosable diseases. So even taking a probiotic, even the most purest form, like in a pill, powder, or supplement, or apple cider vinegar, or a kombucha, that could actually cause lactic acidosis. So that's why the salt in the J juice is the balancing force. Okay, because salt balances out lactic acidosis. Salt balances out the lactic acid. And then you have the micro and macronutrition to fix the cells at the micro level. So no one will ever die from Jilly Juice. They'll die from antibody acquisition from new antibodies that are coming into their system because they're taking antibiotics. But no one will ever die from Jilly Juice, because it's not antibiotic. It's a probiotic matched with the right minerals. Okay? Has anyone died from apple cider vinegar, and anyone died from kombucha or alcohol? People die from alcohol, yes. And alcohol is a type of probiotic, okay? It's a type of fermentation. All right? So you could say, thanks, Max. You could say that, some probiotics can be deadly. What it's paired with. But that's why they haven't put any kind of FDA type of guidelines on apple cider vinegar and kombucha. I mean, it's not meant for anything but maybe cleaning and maybe to flavor your food. It's not meant to be taken in glasses and gallons and jars and whatever. Never ever should you be taking apple cider vinegar as if it's something to drink. Okay? If anything, it should be like just an accent to your food. Just like a spice. Okay? So I had to dispel that because it's hard, I mean, poor Mary, she's getting hit by everybody from all sides. And she's a strong lady, and she comes from strong roots. She has a lot of family, a lot of people, and and right now they're under fire, and I feel bad. But then you know what? I don't, because you know what? She is built for this. Her family is built for this, as far as the Jilly Juice, as far as promoting it. And, it may take a Christian pastor. Okay, it may take a Christian pastor or someone that is very good at talking the word of God and all of that and knows how to communicate with her audience or his audience. It may take someone like that to get this point across and to go up against those that serve to destroy people, those that demonize. Okay, and I understand there are evil people in the world. Are the people that are being targeted right now as evil as people say they are? You know what? There is no substantiation out there as far as the articles and what's on the internet. I mean, and that's why I've been the reason why I've been promoting Bill Gates, okay? Which some people have taken exception to, because they're like, why the hell would you promote Bill Gates? And it's because, here's the thing. He is an inventor. Yes, he's a little eccentric, okay. Hey, but no different than me. I'm an inventor in some way. I'm a bit eccentric. People have caught me at bad times and have cut my videos and then promote the craziness of my videos to the world out there. That's okay. That's fine. So if you're an inventor, you're trying to help humanity, and people have mischaracterized, people have predispositions, they have imbalances, then we see that we get warnings and indicators from those saying that there's someone's trying to go in and take your freedom and take this and take that. And now you have this virus where you have to control the population from their movements. And now we already have this in the background of like communism and all the other stuff. You know what? Here's the thing. The virus and the Jilly Juice and everything else out there is going to be the defining force on who's going to survive this change. Okay? Because viruses inherently are not bad. Viruses are just an evaluator. They upgrade. They're the evolutionary leap. The Jilly Juice is going to help support people and strengthen the people who understand it while they're being evaluated by the universe, by Mother Nature. Okay? Everything else is just noise. You have the virus, you have strong and weak bodies, and you have the Jilly Juice. That's it. All the politics, all of the fears, all of the bullshit, whatever, it's noise, and it's like jetsam and flotsam. The real core of this is viruses, Jilly Juice, and strong, weak bodies. Okay? I'm going to write that down real quick. Hold on. So you don't get lost in distraction of the politics, which I know a lot of you are going to. But what it comes down to is the viruses, strong body, weak body, and Jilly Juice. And that's it. These are the three things we should be focusing on. Okay, viruses, strong body, weak body, and Jilly Juice. That's it. Do you have a strong or a weak body to handle the viruses? Regardless of what's being said out there. Regardless of what's being done. If anything's being done to you, believe me, if you are actually being taken away at gunpoint, then you'd have everything, every right to go and speak out. If your friends are being taken away because of, but then but even then, you have people in China that are being taken away and being, processed for, organ stuff. But we're not in China. We're in America, or you're in the UK or Britain or Australia. So if we can just narrow this down and simplify this so you don't get caught up in the cacophony of fear. Because let me tell you, there's this guy that I like, but you know what? The people that bash Bill Gates are not promoting me, okay? And they're promoting the holistic supplements. Okay, this guy from Lagos, Nigeria, who said that, that he loves the Jilly juice, promotes the supplements, promotes all the herbs, and he's telling me to stop talking about Bill Gates. I'm not going to stop talking about Bill Gates because I understand what Bill Gates is going through. I'm going through the same shit with the Jeff Holiday dude, and I said his name. So this is for Jeff Holiday. You make too much money off the people who are in fear. You make too much money off of ignorance. You don't understand probiotics. You don't understand antibiotics. You don't understand science and chemistry and all of that. And I get that. And you have a lot of fear. Okay? So there are a lot of Jeff Holidays out there that are demonizing Bill Gates and demonizing the vaccines, but they have a place. Will they have a place today? Well, obviously not. You're seeing people going like crazy. They are so against the billionaires. They're so against Microsoft. They're so against Windows. They're so against the vaccines. It's like Bill Gates can't win for losing no matter what. But I also understand why, because when people are jealous of money and then they have predispositions, it's only natural to find the nearest enemy. And so Jeff Holiday figured out that Jilly Juice is the nearest enemy because he doesn't understand it, and he has people in his world that doesn't understand it, and that's fine. And so that's why I promote and talk about Bill Gates, because I understand exactly. But I also understand, there's a place for vaccines, and there's a place for everybody. There's even a place for Jeff Holiday. There's a place for, Bill Gates. There's a place for every single person in history. Okay, there's a place for everybody. Now, you can choose to align yourself with people, and then you can let the law decide whether or not they're breaking the law. If the law says, hey, they're not doing anything wrong, well, then you can chalk it up to, oh, yeah, they're all in bed together. And that's the thing, is that, what is Jeff Holiday saying about, me as far as breaking any laws and killing people? I'm not in jail. Okay? Bill Gates isn't in jail. I'm not in jail. You think that the elite are protecting me? Why would the elite protect me? If I'm not doing anything wrong, if I'm not killing anybody, my juice isn't poisonous, then why am I not in jail? Because I haven't done anything wrong. Bill Gates has not done anything wrong. All right? Many of you, all of you, have predispositions. Even Jeff Holiday has predispositions. He has reproduced. He has created babies off of his imbalanced body. Okay? So, I hope he wakes up one day, but when you make so much money off of demonizing a person, place, or thing, it's not lucrative to change your position midstream. Jeff Holiday and people who are against Bill Gates have backed themselves into a corner. They have backed themselves into a corner. They have to stick with their platform. They've made too much money off of demonizing and bullying other people that they have no incentive to change it. So that's why I'm like, okay, I don't want to focus too much on that, but I feel for Mary and I know what she's going through. So I'm going to be in this pain with her together. And she will eventually not feed into all that. Okay. Eventually you're going to have to focus on your own healing. You can respond to the naysayers, you can respond to the trolls, you can go and demonize a person, place, or thing, no matter what. But at some point, you're going to have to focus. You're going to have to focus on your own healing process. You've got to. You have no other choice, because at some point, you're not going to have enough left for you when you're giving it too much out there. That's why I say, in my earlier video, that people give away their love and they give away their hate too much. Love and hate are two sides of the same coin. You can't afford to give away your love. You can't afford to give away your hate because you haven't even given yourself love or hate at all. You haven't given yourself any form of balance of good energy and balance of nutrients. And it shows. You know, poor Jeff Holiday hasn't given himself enough. He's too busy taking from other people, taking energy. When you don't have enough of yourself, you take from others. And when you take from others, it comes in the form of demonizing, it comes in the form of bullying, it comes in the form of stealing money and stealing things and stealing spirits, trying to destroy so you can take. Okay, and that's kind of what's going on. So you just have to recognize that the more you project all of whatever is going on in your world, the more you give and give whatever you have to other people, the less you have for yourself. Okay? And when people take energy and money and spirit and energy from other people, they're not processing it correctly in their own body because they have so much malabsorption. As soon as they take that money, it leaves their body as quickly as they have acquired it. That's why these shock jocks and that's why these looping activists have to keep doing the same thing, because they don't know how to maximize their own resources. So the only way they can keep living is by living off of other people, by taking their energy, their spirit, their money, whatever. And that's what keeps them alive until their vital organs shut down. And that's no different than when a person is eating foods and they have malabsorption. They keep eating every single day, but they're not maximizing the nutritional benefit, and then eventually their vital organs shut down. That's exactly what goes on out there by the energy suckers, by the energy vampires, is they keep stealing people's energy, stealing their energy through love and hate. It's not even just through hate, it's also love. When you are pounding your love into somebody and you're trying to control someone through love and through hate and through bullying, through whatever, it's because you don't know how to maximize and convert your own energy and acquire your own resources. It's always off of somebody else. Okay? So that's the world that we live in. We have so many people that have malabsorption that are taking from other people. And they're being fed. I mean, Jeff Holiday is feeding off of me. But that's fine. I can keep feeding him, but he doesn't know how to convert the energy to his benefit. He really doesn't. He may do it for a little bit, just like the cures out there. The cures out there will give you a stay of execution. I'm giving Jeff Holiday a stay of execution. He's making money off me temporarily. But he has an expiration date. Eventually, he's not going to be able to do this anymore. I mean, look at PewDiePie. He had to leave for whatever reason. It got to him. He fed off me for a minute, and then it became too much. When you have to keep up this charade of just feeding off of people that you have no business feeding off of, you have an expiration date. Eventually, you're going to have to learn how to feed yourself. And that's the whole thing with the Jilly juice. Jilly juice is where you teach a man to fish, you feed him for the rest of their life. You give a man a fish, you only feed him for a day. So while I'm feeding people left and right, what you do with my information is going to be the difference between your longevity and your expiration date. And if you haven't reinforced your body, mind, and spirit, the feeding off of me and the feeding off my participants is very short-lived, especially with these viruses that are out there. Because these viruses are accelerating the aging process, and it'll bring up every single predisposition, which is probably why I'm getting a lot of hate mail, because people's predispositions are hatred and imbalances, and they have to direct towards somebody. They have to direct it towards somebody, whether it's Bill Gates, whether it's the Clintons, whether it's me, whether it's somebody else. Somebody is going to be a target for those that have imbalances, and this virus is bringing up predispositions. So that's why you're seeing a more of a cacophony of people just tripping the fuck out. It is so interesting. And yeah, I'm going to swear. Some people don't like the fact that I swear, but I do. Okay? It's what I do. If it's offensive to you, then Don't listen to me. But sometimes that's how I need to get my point across. Okay? But sometimes you have to. And sometimes I will. Because I want to see people out there doing what I'm doing without swearing a little bit here and there occasionally. Okay? Because, yeah, it's pretty aggressive out there. But here's the thing. I can handle what's going on out there. Not many of you can. Some of you say you can. But it's actually destroying you from the inside and you don't even know it. Because you haven't balanced it all out. You're not doing J juice. And if you're doing it, it's like a little bit. So it's not really doing anything for you. Because the more you give away and you're not absorbing, what's the point? If more is going out than you're actually absorbing, as far as the good nutrition and the good energy, what are you doing Jilly juice for? It's just wasted energy. It's waste of Jilly juice. It's not serving you. It's not serving anyone around you. It's not serving your kids. Okay? I mean, that's called what, the second law of thermodynamics? Wasted energy. Thanks, Max. All right. So anyways, I mean, I'm on the other side of all of this. Thank God the last 4 years have passed. I'm over that hump of the craziness. And now it's just vindication and watching everything that I've predicted come into fruition. And that right there is the best gift of all, is having everything that I've predicted about people, places, and things in the body, mind, and spirit come to fruition. Okay? And once you understand the patterns in nature, the patterns of humans, the patterns of life and history and all of that, you'll predict everything. You'll see it for what it is. You'll be aware of your own behaviors, yes. And then you will predict. Like, I already predict that right now at this point, they have taken, when they put us on lockdown, it's because they're preparing for when they actually let us out, because people are saying that the Democrats are trying to suppress the freedoms of everybody. I understand where you're coming from. Remember, I'm Republican. I understand that. There's communists out there that want to suppress and control, but, maybe there's a reason, I don't know, but whatever. But they are preparing for, people to be exposed to this virus on a massive scale, to where this virus is going to mutate. They'll say, no, yeah, over there in Seattle, they're taking the tents down. But remember, they're all on lockdown. Wait until society goes back to normal again. On the heels of what happened in Italy, on the heels of what happened in Wuhan, and there's 3 different viruses that are mutated, that are circulating the planet. You don't think there's going to be a hot spot here and there that will eventually bleed out? It's inevitable. It is inevitable. So once they have lifted the restrictions on some level, they already have the unemployment kind of figured out. They already have the infrastructure to support this mass casualty. I mean, Obama, he said that, yeah, at some point there's going to be a pandemic. Because I'm sure he's been advised by people, by the indicators. It's going to happen at some point. So we have to have the infrastructure to support that. People don't want to be suppressing their freedoms. They don't want to stay home. Why would you compromise an economy for the weak? Okay, well, there you go. So be prepared for when they lift the restrictions. There's going to be a lot more casualties than you see right now. A lot more. So you'll be able to predict that. Already I was seeing people dying, from some kind of exposure. Okay, as far as the virus. And it's either heart attacks, strokes, an upsurge in their cancer, tumors. So anyways. So just prepare yourself. I've come to terms with it. It was a struggle for me. So that's all I got to say for today. But nobody dies from Jilly juice. Nobody. People die from the amount of antibiotics and the amount of antibodies that are in their body, mind, and spirit. Okay? That's what people die from. they don't die from Jilly juice. Nobody dies from Jilly juice. Salt is not antibiotic. Water is not antibiotic. Cabbage and kale is not antibiotic. None of the ingredients in Jilly juice is antibiotic. Nothing. Okay? So, that's it. So you guys, do Jilly juice. Try to focus. Try to focus. No matter who's in office, it doesn't even matter who's in office. Because what's going to come down to, it's going to come down to your health and your wellness. And if you see anyone invading your home, you have every right to defend it. At the micro level, as well on the macro level. So there's not going to be any invasion from some force out there. But there is a invasion of viruses out there on weak bodies. And only the strong will survive. The strong will survive. The weak are not going to survive this. And you know who the weak people are. They're the ones that are bitching the most about me, bitching the most about Bill Gates, bitching the most about everything else out there except taking care of their own stuff. So, the ones that are on the J juice, you are the luckiest people in the world. The ones that have been exposed to Jilly juice but not doing it, you're lucky, but it takes action. And if you don't do Jilly juice, then it is every man for themselves. Because even a vaccine or a prescription drug is not going to save those that are that immunocompromised. All right, you guys have a good day. Good luck out there. You're going to need it.